Dear organizers, dear participants, and um, dear colleges, greetings from Turkey. I would like to mention about myself briefly. I am Dr. Gül ERKOL BAYRAM. I am working as associate professor Department of Tour Guiding at Sinop University, located in Sinop, Turkey. My research area is tour guiding, tourism management, tourism planning and policy also. Today, I would like to talking about tourism industry during COVID-19 and beyond COVID-19. My research topic is mostly related with current situation of tourism industry during COVID times, and what is the measurements and controls by COVID-19, and what will we do after pandemics? What is the new road of tourism industry, especially Turkey tourism, and what have we done in the first time of COVID-19, and after finally we have a conclusion. Yes, my topic is as you see on the screen, learn from the past, COVID-19 and beyond, the case of Turkey also. As you see, firstly, I would like to mention about my aims of making this paper. Firstly, I would like to reveal the current situation of tourism industry post-COVID-19 and determine some future strategies and positive scenarios for Turkey tourism beyond COVID-19. As everyone knows, COVID-19 has a big effect on tourism industry around worldwide. For example, especially in developing countries or underdeveloped countries, we saw many negative aspects of COVID-19. Sometimes it is very difficult to solve some important issues related COVID-19 and the tourism industry. So it is so important to make positive strategies and policies and planning related pandemics and beyond this time. A qualitative approach was used on behalf of our aims in this study. Within the scope of study, related literature, especially COVID-19 in Turkey tourism, was reviewed. According to literature reviewed, it is possible to divide 4 parts of Turkey tourism, and maybe 3 parts, past, present, future, and maybe we can divide to future in sub titles. For example, in the near future or also in the long future. Firstly, pandemic's effects on tourism industry, and we can say different parts of aspects affected by COVID-19 on tourism industry. Firstly, we see some increased border guards and country entry and some restrictions also. And also we saw imposing mandatory bans in places where the disease is detected. In order to reduce the contagiousness of the disease in social aspects applied, in order to reduce the contagiousness of the disease in social spaces applied disinfection studies, and we saw curfews, and we saw travel bans in tourism industry. We saw some suspension of training activities, festivals, concerts which are held with many participants around the world has been stopped because of pandemics, and congress, fairs, etc. suspension of cultural and artistic organizations came to halt, and postponements of airline flights was very usual activities during COVID-19 times. And in Turkey, there are many affections of COVID-19 to tourism industry. Many sectors, sub-sectors, for example, restaurants, accommodation, airlines are going through a very difficult period in Turkey. Turkey has also adapted to the measures and some measures taken on a global scale. In February, some bans were imposed on passenger transportation from some countries in Turkey. After the first positive case was seen on 10 March, quarantine practices was used. As of June 1st, some of the bans have been lifted on the new normal period has started also. There are some results after COVID-19, and I think we learned some prominent conclusions after COVID-19 times. Firstly, I would like to say that Turkish economy is also heavily dependent on some major services such as tourism industry, and tourism industry can be divided three main parts: accommodation, food and beverage, and transportation services. So some important steps and measures taken by the governments and the plans and policies during COVID-19 times, because as I said before, Turkey economy is mostly related with tourism industry. There are some measures of accommodation management in Turkey. Firstly, guest records were kept regularly. Rooms and closed areas were meticulously cleaned. Sauna, massage parlors, gyms were not used, or a limited number of visitors were received. COVID-19 training was given to staff and control some precautions by staff. The room of guests diagnosed with COVID-19 was kept empty. And another measures for food and beverage management can be seen possible. Social distancing measures were taken. Tables were determined according to the capacity of COVID-19 measures, and rules were posted in the gas visible areas of the restaurants. Temperature of the gas was taken at the entrance to the restaurants. And this disinfectant was available at the entrance. Guests who has without mask were not accepted to the restaurants also. And the last one is some measures for transportation management. Entry and exit from some countries to Turkey are restricted. International and domestic flights have been suspended for certain periods. Intercity travel is prohibited due to curfew. Escorts of those who want to travel with the Turkish names Hayat Evesar in the English name Live with Son application were obtained. COVID-19 measures were hung inside the buses. Hand sanitizer was placed at the entrance to the bus stations also. After COVID-19, we learned and we take some conclusions, and we are on the way for tourism industry. So it is possible to express some opportunities and risk beyond COVID-19. I would like to mention especially some opportunities beyond COVID-19 that Turkey's success in combating the virus compared to many other countries has increased the confidence in Turkey's health sector. So many patients maybe will come to Turkey on behalf of Turkey's positive health process and their confidence to many patients. An increase in individual activities is expected due to escaping from crowded environments and social distance awareness. An increase in demand is expected from traditional tourism understanding to alternative tourism types, for example, health, culture, sports, nature, eco, rural, winter and mountain, and congress, faith, plateau, gastronomy, tourism also. And the desire to avoid crowds can increase demand for less populated natural areas. It is predicted that the mobilization in national tourism will be faster than international tourism also. It is known that it will lead people to be more sensitive about health and environment, and some approach such as sensitive, responsible, for example, ecotourism or sustainable tourism will be popular after COVID-19 times also. The tourism industry has been affected by COVID-19 in two main ways. Firstly, some travel restrictions have prevented many national and international tourists. And the second one is individuals who were dismissed or whose job were disrupted due to the COVID-19 could not participate in tourism activities. The total number of tourists in Turkey in the first 11 months of 2020 decreased by 72% compared to the previous year. The first way to overcome this situation is to mobilize domestic tourism activities. The concept of social distance created by COVID-19 is embedded in many activities of tourism. Hotels receive fewer visitors, while newly built hotels built in the style of bungalows or villas for one or two persons. Tourists from many different ages and nationalities are now on vacation on the farms. The frequent occurrence of domestic tourism movements in the COVID-19 process has brought local actors to the fore. Yes. That's all my presentation. Thanks for your listening.